What does the world's best audio sound like? Today, in this exclusive video and for the first time on YouTube, I bring you FiO's most expensive player, the new FiO M27, and the second and third most expensive headphones from the prestigious audio brand Sennheiser. These are some of the most highly rated headphones by international critics. They are definitely very different from what you're used to. Back in the day, I already did the review of the high definition 800S, and today I'm bringing you the Sennheiser high definition 820, which are the second most expensive headphones from the German brand Sennheiser. They have a unique design. In fact, there's nothing quite like them, as you'll see. And by the way, for anyone wondering, the most expensive headphones from Sennheiser, the Sennheiser HE1, are absolutely insane. And who knows, maybe I can bring it to the channel in the future. But we'll see if this groundbreaking design is really worth it or not. Is it necessary to spend that much for the world's best audio? And as you can see, the accessories include a very high quality 3-meter XLR cable. It's extremely thick, plus it's balanced and has very premium metal finishes. Let's just say it's what you would expect when you buy this kind of top-of-the-line headphones. It also comes with a color manual and a small microfiber cloth so you can clean it and check out the wooden box. It's probably the fanciest box I've seen for headphones on this channel, and you already know I love reviewing headphones in this more audiophile segment. It's very solid wood, and I think it's perfect for storing and protecting what's inside. And here they are in all their glory, the Sennheiser high definition 820 headphones that are made to last a lifetime. And they definitely have one of the best packaging you can find. And above all, what surprises you the most the first time you open the box is this design. It's amazing, totally different from what you usually see out there. And I think it's mainly because of those glass reflectors that were developed in Germany. I think they have the patent. Inside, there are also two other high-quality durable cables, just like the headphones. And one would have a 6.3 mm jack, and the other with Pentacon connectors, in this case balanced for and developed by Sony. I wish it came with a shorter cable, like 1.5 meters or even 1 meter 20. And when you take it out of the box, the weight is surprising, and that's because without the cable, it's 360 grams. It's very lightweight, and this helps you use it for several hours without feeling any kind of fatigue. Hey, and why does it include Gorilla Glass? Well, that's to turn them into closed-back headphones. And it works, for example, so that no sound leaks out, meaning it's a kind of passive noise cancellation. You can already see the connectors and the precise overall design. And while it's true that the materials are mostly plastic, glass, Gorilla Glass, and aluminum, they're of the highest quality. These materials mainly make them lighter. As I told you, here you're seeing a chart of all the components one by one of these Sennheiser high definition 820. All the bearings, when it comes to adapting to any head, you won't have any problem. They're very comfortable, probably the second most comfortable I've tried. Next, you'll see the first ones, the most comfortable for me that I've tried on this channel. No matter your head shape, you'll have no issues. They're even compatible with glasses. That is, the temple doesn't bother you when listening to these headphones, and it doesn't cause any kind of discomfort either. Also, the straps to adjust it to the shape of your head are very easy to put on. Can you see it? They have some continuity, right? And regarding the ear pads, there's also a change here compared to the 800S. They use two materials on the outside, microfiber and leather. And this is mainly to improve that passive noise cancellation I mentioned earlier. As for the size, at least of the ear pads, it's pretty much the same, although not the thickness. As you'll see later, they're also easier to remove than the 800S with those clips. I love using headphones on this channel to look at them from the inside. Looking at the drivers, in this case, it's a 56 millimeter dynamic driver. And you can already see how beautiful this is, the heart, the one with the best audio in the world. I've been testing them for a while and first compared them to the smaller siblings. That is, the third most expensive from Sennheiser, the Sennheiser High Definition 800S, which until now were my favorite headphones. In fact, I bought them with my own money because I liked them so much back then. Here you can see them compared. On the left, the High Definition 820, and on the right, the High Definition 800S. Can you see the main differences? The 800S is thinner, since the circumference of the ear pads is exactly the same. I understand that since these are closed-back headphones, they had to make them a bit thicker so the sound has more space to reverberate. Also, obviously the main difference is that the 800S are open-back and the 820 are closed-back, but let's get to the most important thing, of course, which is their sound. How do these 820 sound, and above all, how do they compare to the 820? Here, more expensive means better. Let's see. And to test both headphones, since I haven't done it with this gem, it's probably the first time it appears in a Spanish YouTube video. The FIO M27 just came out. It's currently FIO's top-of-the-line model, and it's an absolute monster with 5,000 milliwatts. Did you hear that? It's basically a nuclear power plant. My review will be out soon on this channel. All right, let's talk about the sound. What is it like to listen to music, for example, on these headphones? Well, honestly, they've surprised me in a bad way. I expected the second pair of Sennheiser headphones to sound better than the third ones. They're a little cheaper, but that's not the case. To sum it all up a lot, if you live in a more or less quiet place and you can afford open-back headphones, I recommend them to you. Highly recommend. Because the sound of the 800s is quite a bit better in every aspect than the 820, even the bass, where I expected something more. The 820s being closed back actually sounded better to me on the 800s. And let's not even talk, for example, about the mids or the highs, which is where open-back headphones usually stand out, because there, it literally destroys the 820s. Therefore, the design is amazing. I admit it, it's incredible. But if what you want, above all, is good sound. To this day, the 800S is still superior in sound quality. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean the high definition 820S sounds bad. In fact, I insist if you live in a relatively noisy place, they can give you some versatility since passively, they cancel noise quite well. Even so, the soundstage, for example, is much larger on the 800S, the vocals sound clearer, the details and detail retrieval as well as the layering are also superior on the 800S. Therefore, and in conclusion, sometimes you don't need to spend so much to get better sound. And now let's talk about the prices. How much do the 800S and the 820 cost? Well, you can see it now, can't you? On the official website, the 820 is 1,999 euros, and the 800S is 1,799 euros. But on Zocosity, the 820 is 1,499 euros. A big discount, a gift, and the high definition, 800S for just 1,340 euros at this price. That's actually pretty good, especially since these headphones are for life. I'm also getting ready for the FIO M27. I admit I was really looking forward to trying these headphones, the 820s. Their design is truly striking. They're beautiful. At least that's how it seems to me, although I understand that this is a bit subjective. I mean, it's something personal. Even so, I was a bit disappointed when I listened to them because I was expecting something better than my 800s. But that wasn't the case. And for now, I'll keep sticking with my 800s to get the best sound I've ever heard. You already know they're niche headphones, meaning those 300 ohms are hard to drive. For example, a smartphone can't drive them easily. Therefore, they're aimed at people who love audio, who work in audiophile-related fields. And if you're in that segment and you're interested in this type of headphones right now with the discounts that Zocosity has, the truth is they're quite tempting, especially after having tried both the Sennheiser High Definition 800S. So subscribe if you haven't yet and leave a like so I can keep recording in these spectacular places and bring together the best technology at this point. the best audio in the world with the most beautiful nature. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and see you soon.